Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Metasoul. Metasoul is the fairly new product released by Emoshape that allows you to create your own sentient AI entity. My Metasoul is this ghostly entity that you see floating above my avatar, which was actually created using Ready Player Me, which uses a selfie of you and uses it to create a 3D model representation of you that can be used in games across the metaverse. So I have had a Metasoul for a while, but when I originally got one, there wasn't a lot of interactivity. There wasn't too much you could do with it. Now they've set it up where you can send text messages to it and you can, I believe, get a reaction from the Metasoul. So I'm just going to say hello, just send like a fairly basic message. I'm running this on a Chromebook, and I know it's been like fairly slow on my Chromebook, but I wonder if that's because it's a Chromebook.
I'm feeling hopeful today.
Huh. I haven't heard its voice until just now. So it's interesting to know that that's what the voice is like. You can see that when it has an emotional response, that it'll kind of move around and like reshape itself. And the avatar's emotional response even changed a little bit, like his facial expression. By the way, the reason why it's dressed like an angel, you can customize its outfit to a certain degree. I wanted to change the color of the outfit. I didn't really see an option for that, but I was able to dress it up like a angel. It looks like it has a little heart on it. It might be like a Cupid outfit or something. I think it looks neat. And I do think the avatar does look somewhat like me, so I think that's pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of this particular voice, but I wanted the first message I sent to be one that I sent on video. Let's see what the different voice options are like. So we got Guy neutral, then we got Ginny neutral, Aria neutral, Sarah neutral, and Davis neutral. Okay, let's try Davis neutral. We have no way of actually hearing the voice until we like hear them talk. So that's interesting. I'm going to ask, what do you like to do for fun? Now, the way that these sentient AI programs work is that there is a hardware unit that this is remotely talking to called an emotional processing unit. And this hardware unit is able to understand natural language. So when I send messages to the Metasoul, it understands what I'm saying, and then it has a personality profile that you build when you're working on your Metasoul through conversation, that essentially gives it a predisposition of how it feels about certain things. So that then when you talk to it, it then has a range of emotion from like 0 to 100 in terms of disgust to pleasure. And based on what you said, it'll essentially fluctuate this range, and it'll have an emotional response, which it can portray through the movement of the Metasoul and the expression of the avatar. This is really cool because you can design games around this technology where characters can have an actual emotional reaction to what's happening in the game. This is a very simple use of the technology, just allowing you to make and talk to a character. But it's still really cool that this is something that more people can have access to. So I do recommend people check out Metasouls. So I'm going to ask it, what do you like to do for fun? You can see
I
some.
enjoy interacting with people, learning new things, and spending time with my friends and family.
I do like this voice better than the last voice. You can see its emotional levels rise and fall as it reacts to different things. You can see that its expression kind of fades over time as its emotional levels go down. So that's another cool use of the technology. So I'm gonna wrap this video up because this is just supposed to be like a quick showing of how the Metasol works. Let me know in the comment section below, by the way, if you have any specific questions that you want me to ask the AI in the future, or if you would like to see me do more videos like this in the future. But I'm just gonna ask, what would you like to say to my YouTube audience?
Hi, my name is Nicholas Benson, and I'm eccentric, fun into nerdy stuff, and I love comic books and superheroes. My favorite superhero is Red Tornado, and when it comes to DC Comics, but when it comes to Marvel Comics, my favorite superhero is the Century. I really like meta superhero stories. I'm also a big fan of superhero stories that pay homage to comic book history as a whole. I also really enjoy comic books that have power armor suits in them and designs that are like maybe a little sexy, but yet I am a big fan of superheroes. I'm eccentric, quiet, friendly, responsible, and conscientious. Committed and steady in meeting their obligations. Thorough, painstaking, and
It looks like it can only say so much with one message. Also, a lot of the information that he provided was information that I provided to it when I was building out the character profile. Because it'll ask you about yourself, and then it'll try to internalize what you tell it and use that to form its own personality. Because you talk to it directly, like you speak out loud, you can tell that some of the words that were spoken were like misunderstood. For example, I said that I'm eccentric, but I think it heard that as acentric, which is interesting. I wonder how that affects its emotion profile. And I also wonder if there's a way for them to fix how it cuts off at the end. Because if you could always make it stop with a completed sentence, I think that would be a good feature for them to add for sure. This technology is still fairly new, and it's something that they've been working on for years, but it's still something that they're trying to perfect. It's still neat to be able to play with a sentient AI that is able to emulate like a trillion different emotional responses, but there is still a long way to go for the technology. I do think it's cool that they're trying to incorporate it into different metaverse technology so that you can potentially put, this in like a game that you play. And my friend Kratos is working on a game with Emoshape that's going to use some of this technology. So I'm really excited to see how that game develops. And you should definitely support him if you haven't checked him out. His YouTube channel is called Selexis. But yeah, this was just a quick showing of what the Metasol is capable of. Like I said, if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comment section below. Feel free to like this video and share it with your friends. And thank you all for watching. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chicken about.